What is up, Twitches? Welcome to FUT City, the official FIFA Ultimate Team show of Minneapolis City Soccer Club. It is the journey of Minneapolis City's FIFA pros and me, just a normal dude, total wannabe. And it's built to give you the inside scoop of really how to build a competitive FIFA Ultimate Team from scratch. First, let's say hello, as always, to our pro, Max Stiegwardt. Max is Minneapolis City's midfielder and captain, and also close to almost a top 200 weekend league player. Max, how you doing this week?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm excellent. We are excellent. Myself, not a pro, Nate Morales. I am the game day voice of Minneapolis City and the co-host of the People's Pitch podcast. Joining us today, Evan Warwick, forward Madison esports competitor and friend of the show, who helped us out this summer to give the lower league eCup expert sideline. You're a sideline commentator for the lower league eCup action, which was super fun. Evan, man, how you doing? It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too, Nate. Yeah, I'm doing well. Thrilled to be here today with you all and talking some FIFA and Ultimate Team.
Tell the people on the stream about yourself, your competitive life in Forward Madison's esports team.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've been playing FIFA for a lot of my life. I started back in like FIFA 08, I think was my first FIFA, and I was on like PS2 and Wii that I grew up on it, and kind of really got into it over the last couple of years, and started playing Ultimate Team. And last year signed on to Forward Madison to be their like esports player and participate in a lot of FIFA tournaments. So it's been quite a journey, but a very fun journey to participate in, and met a lot of great people along the way.
Nice. So right before the show, Evan, we were kind of talking. It feels like EA Sports every year has the calendar that they roll out. So a lot of what's going on in Ultimate Team we've seen before, but there's a lot of new stuff. It's easy to say it's bigger, almost cooler than ever. When you talk about more special events, new special event cards, more objective rewards, more squad building challenges, these stadium items, like all this stuff. The list goes on and on of the things that they've already added to a packed Ultimate Team Season 1. How are you finding the FUT mode this year compared to last? Thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs sideways?
So, yeah, I would say thumbs sideways. And it varies. I mean, I hate to be critical of EA, but I'm going to be critical of EA in terms of I feel like this year more than ever, the market is just pretty messed up. And the squad building challenges have been all over the board in terms of value. Like the one released today, I'm sure we'll kind of get into that later, but yeah, the one released today for Bombo was crazy in terms of him being over 300K for an untradeable card. So I think EA has done not a great job there, but gameplay-wise, I feel like 21 versus 20 and 19 feels a lot smoother. It's a lot more enjoyable to play. And team-wise, I feel like my team is advanced this year as to where it was at this point last year. So I think they're trying to do a good job. I think they have room for improvement for sure. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a FIFA game, and I'm going to play it regardless.
Yeah, that's right. We're hooked. So what are we going to do?
Exactly.
Have you found anything to be like more challenging this year? Like one of the things that we talked about when we were commentating lower league eCup was like that near post shot was super high percentage. Is that still in the game? Like, is there any new exploits that you've found?
Yeah, near post shots are not as OP as last year by any means. And I think that the change in some of the skill moves, especially like the drag back being changed to not being as effective as last year, is huge. I used the drag back like all the time last year. It's a great effect. And so I kind of had to change up skill moves this year. I've kind of diversified the skill moves. And I think it's just I've spent more time in the practice arena than ever. Really working on chaining skill moves because I feel like that's the difference between your average player and then your player like Max, who is getting like almost top 200 in weekend league.
Yes, that's a good idea that I've never thought of before, is practicing in the practice arena. I never.
It's pretty boring, but it's effective.
I figure I could learn on the fly, right?
Right.
No, not very well. So let's get to Forward Madison, man. So what's going on in the esports world of Forward Madison?
Yeah, we have a couple of big projects in the works. The biggest one I would say is participating in the lower league eCup right now. I think that's happening January, I think it is. So we're all signed up and ready for that. That's probably my favorite tournament to participate in, just because of the wide variety of players that are playing in it. It's all like lower league soccer, which is huge. I'm a huge supporter of lower league soccer, and so it's fun to see. It's just a fun tournament to be a part of. So we have that going on. I'm in the USL, and that's wrapping up our season. I think next week is our last week, and I'm in first in the table for that. So I'm trying to bring home the championship there. And then we have a surprise series coming for Forward that is similar to FUT City, but a little bit different. And we haven't announced it yet, so I can't share the exact details on that. But it will involve FIFA in some capacity and Forward Madison in some capacity.
How dare you, sir?
I know. But look for details. I think we'll be announcing that on Twitter in the next couple of weeks. So overall, it's just fun to be a part of a club that takes esports, like Minneapolis City, like Forward Madison kind of takes esports pretty seriously and invests in esports. And so it's just cool to be kind of part of this new, not generation, but like new experience in esports, you know?
It's a movement.
It is. That's the word I was looking for.
Right,
yeah.
Very cool. Well, we're happy to we're happy to have you, man, and we're going to be happy to get your take on everything that we're going to cover today. So welcome. The first thing we want to cover is the weekend league. It is the where the big hitters hang out on the weekend. They're now in full swing. I think we saw on Twitter that Jonah was almost able to make top 200. He finished at 28-2 and got bumped, I think, by a couple late finishers. So he ended up getting knocked down to just out of the top 200, which is fine. Evan, we talked before the show. You're a weekend league player, right?
I'm a weekend league player. Yeah, play almost every weekend.
Well, what we like to do, we like to check out kind of where our teams are at, or where at least Max and sometimes Jonah's team is at. Coming out of that weekend league, talk a little bit about results. Do you want to share your team with the world, and let's see what you're working with?
Yeah, absolutely. More than happy to. So yeah, this is the team that I'm working with here. This is the team that I used last weekend league, barring the two players on the right in Bamba and Conte, because those are two new cards I picked up today. But essentially, I splurged, bought Mbappe. After having informed Rashford and informed Werner as my strikers, I needed an upgrade there. So I kind of degraded my defense a little bit, sold Varane, and kind of changed it up to more of a Bundesliga hybrid. And I ended up getting gold 1 on my last game. I'm normally a gold 1 elite 3 player. So Max can kind of attest to it. Last weekend was a pretty tough weekend league. There's a lot of delay in gameplay, and I'm not blaming the gameplay on me not taking Elite 3 by any means, but it always adds a little bit of difficulty in there. But yeah, I mean, in terms of, I was pretty happy with the result. Mbappe played as I expected Mbappe to play, which is ridiculous. And yeah, I thought Kimmich I use a 4-2-2, and Kimmich is my stay back CDM. And he played pretty well. I found him moving forward a little bit too much. So I kind of changed up the custom tactics there and made him stay back. Delaney and Klosterman at the back are nuts. I mean, Klosterman's cracked, and Delaney feels like a top tier center back. And I felt like in selling Varane, I was going to kind of suffer on defense a little bit. And I did a little bit, but I didn't suffer nearly as much as I thought. And so all in all, the team is pretty solid. I think my next upgrades are going to be saving up for that special Di Maria card on the right wing, and then probably looking at getting that road to the final Klosterman if I can.
Nice. Yeah, that let's crack that guy, because I haven't really seen him show up in squads. that I've played against. I think you and I might be the only people that I've seen that are playing some sort of a Bundesliga hybrid right now. My Bundesliga guys come in on the other side, on the right side, but
Sure.
crack that guy open, and I want to see his stats because I think one of the things that
which one? Nate?
Sorry, your 80 ranked center back there, Klosterman. Yeah.
So yeah, Klosterman is 84 pace, 82 defending.
Wow.
Yeah, just like crazy good stats for an 80 rated center back. I played a ton of games with him. I use him a lot in friendlies mode as well to get objectives done. But yeah, he plays top tier. He's a bit clunky at times, but he can catch up to him. He's kind of like that Joe Gomez 83 rated gold card,
Okay.
where he shouldn't be as good as he is in game, but he is.
I like that he's got the green link to the rule breaker Mukele, who I also got. I was grinding for him and sacrificed some divisions rivals rewards just to nail him because God, that guy's fast as hell.
He's fast as hell. Actually, I was thinking about down the road, probably like a month from now, I'll be probably replacing that Mukiele card. He's fast as hell, but I find him to be a little bit clunky at times, and I'm just used to like using like Davies and Mendy, who are kind of just that fluid right back and left back. So we'll see. But for now, he definitely suffices, and he's definitely a top 10 right back in the game.
Yeah. So looking to the future, you're thinking saving up for the Di Maria. And what was your other upgrade? Sorry.
Yeah, saving up for the Di Maria and probably just upgrading the Klosterman to his Road to Final card. The problem with those Road to the Final cards, Max can kind of attest to this too, is they don't get upgraded until like January, which sucks. But the Klosterman gets a +2, I believe, or at least a +2 on that card. So, he's even more OP at that point. So, it's a pretty solid team. And not too bad for the stage of the game.
All right, Max, let's show the people your team, because I think as we were looking at that earlier, it just keeps getting better and better week in and week out, which is embarrassing for a guy like me. But there we go. For people that geek out on this, like this is terrifying.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid squad. I've had some awesome luck with some red picks. Today's rewards though were quite disappointing. I don't think I made over 150k from 26 wins, so you don't like to see that. But I did a FUT Champions player upgrade today, hoping to get Gomez, and I got Valverde, who's probably just as good or better, you could argue, in a different role.
Yeah.
So I think him and Llorente, I've been playing some rivals, and they've been holding it down pretty well. Both have over 80 pace regularly, 86 and 87. So with shadows, they're pretty much maxed out. So just pacey guys running around in front of my defense, making sure not too much trouble is caused. Up top, Neymar and Mbappe, you really can't go wrong. 5-star skills. I'm a big skiller. Like Evan said, you gotta put that work in the arena to make yourself a little better than the average Joe. Mbappe's return for me has been insane. He has 265 games played, 327 goals, and 182 assists. And Neymar's up there as well with 159 games played, 186 goals, and 133 assists. And then I've got Rashford and Di Maria on the wide players, just kind of running in behind, scoring goals when they need to.
That's awesome. That Valverde, man, that's the guy that last show you were geeking out over the you had his inform, and you were really excited about that as something that would be a staple to your squad. So it's amazing to have got this guy out of your upgrade. What's the rating difference between the two? Did he go up 1 or 2 with some boosts to pace and defense? Oh, that's all right. That's all right. We left next for a second.
Yeah, Nate, to answer your question, I think he went up from an 80 to an 84.
Oh wow.
So yeah, a pretty big jump there.
Nice.
But yeah, talking a little bit more about Max's team, from like an outsider's perspective, that Rashford Mbappe striker combo along with Neymar as a cam is lethal and probably the best triple threat you can get in the game right now outside of icons. And I mean, that back line is the most OP back line you could have I'm curious to see why he uses Wan-Bissaka there instead of Kyle Walker. But I think they're almost on the same level. And you can tell Max's skill by him using that gold Di Maria card, because not a lot of people can get by with him because he's a little bit slower. But
sorry,
Max
guys.
is able to.
My mom was calling me, so I had to let her know
That's
that
all right.
I had to make sure it wasn't an emergency real quick, but lost connection there for a second. But yeah, I like Di Maria just because he's a 5-star killer. His 2-star weak foot, I haven't seen too much of it. I mean, I really don't try to go to his right. I'll probably pass or try to skill my way around it. So his two-star weak foot definitely is a flaw.
Right. Well, weak foot doesn't matter as much in this FIFA though. I think we've noticed that quite a bit.
For sure. And the only reason I'm using Wan-Bissaka is to get Rashford on 10 because they're the same club, same nation.
Yep.
So like Mendy and Varane, they get that super link.
Mm-hmm.
Or else I would love to use Walker instead of Wan-Bissaka. Wouldn't have to make a sub at halftime either.
For sure.
Max, one thing that's sticking out to me on your bench, you've got your Harry Kane, you got your Sterling, 88, 87, and then our friend, the 82 ranked Atal, who you got from the squad building challenge, if I remember right, because I have that same guy, and I know I was on the fence, like, oh man, should I? Because I think the players I had to give up at the time were pretty valuable to me. I could have probably sold them for a little bit of cash, but I like this guy a ton, and you'll see he's in my starting squad. Why do you like him? It's good to see like a real FIFA player choosing one of the same players that I have.
Yeah. Well, just to be quick here, these funny part is these 3 players actually don't play. The highest rated players.
They're just there to boost your rating.
They're all untradeable. They're just sitting there waiting to be used into SBCs when they need to.
Sure.
Then late game, if I really need to close out a game and I see one of my center mids is really tired, Vidal or probably more likely Delaney because he's faster will come in as a CDM to hold it down. And then Atal will come in for Wan-Bissaka outright, but at times I do sub him in for Di Maria just because he really is so versatile. Almost in the whole gang, just can absolutely play everywhere, being 5-star weak foot, 4-star skills, high medium. As you can see, amazing stats all around. And then St. Maxim is a crazy good player, being 5-star skills, 4-star weak foot. Even though he has 70 shooting, it feels like with his shot power being at 80 normally, he feels really good in front of the box. I haven't had any problems with him. So he'll come in probably around the 60th minute and just outpace anyone who's tired and use some skill moves to be nifty-difty and behind.
Yeah, the thing with that, I thought like with those stats, there's no way, like he's too good to be true. And I plugged him right in, and then you realize that at halftime he's dead.
Yep.
So his stamina is not great. So he's a great player to really stretch the field if that's your game, but you better have a backup plan. Or if he's your backup plan, that's good. So I feel pretty good about him. Now me, I'm not a weekend league player, as we've said many times. I'm still clawing my way up the rivals ranks, and I think we said hopefully by December I'd get to qualify for a weekend league with enough points. Lately, I've been running into a little bit of a rivals disaster. I think part of it has to do with the time that I'm playing, maybe, and the beers or cocktails that I'm also having while playing rivals. So the record has not been great. But I'm climbing back up. I dropped down to Division 8 after kind of a rough couple weeks. Part of what I've been learning is that it's hard to judge a book by its cover. When you see a squad pop up, it's not worth it to get intimidated or to feel super confident just based on what these guys have. Because sometimes some of the best, there's been a couple times where I've gone up against probably the best players in a Premier League squad or the best players in a La Liga squad, and I can't believe that I'm walking all over these kids. I'm assuming they're kids, and it's just got to be because they're spending money on packs. They're selling those guys, and they're buying the best players in the game, but they don't know how to use them. Other times, I run into a squad where I think this is comparable to mine, and just get wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think that's going to be part of kind of the learning curve for me is how to maintain that consistency and how to learn how to use my squad to the best of its ability. And hopefully later in the show, we'll see how maybe I can upgrade it to make it better. But right now, like we said, my squad, I'm really into this guy at right back. basically the same formation and the same midfield that I've had for quite some time with Goretzka and Tolisso. Lucky enough to get the Longley. Hernandez has been here for quite some time, and he's serviceable. I don't mind him too much. Got really lucky once and opened. I think he's untradeable, but yeah, the untradeable Lloris, fine with that. Really excited about this guy. Probably bought him for too much back in the day, but he plugged right in and swapped out for the other Camara that I think was 77. Really liked the pace that I have out wide on the back. But I think the main problem with my squad, Max, and we'll talk about this more coming up, is just like, what do you do with these guys here? They're just not. They're fine. They're serviceable, but they're not. I don't know about these four in the squad, and I'm constantly reevaluating how to make the shift away from potentially the French Bundesliga angle and how I can keep my chemistry up. But like I said, climbing back up from Division 8. If you see me out there in Rivals, go easy on me. So the rewards are in, Max. Any packs to crack, or have they all been cracked and allotted for sale or into your squad?
Yeah, they were cracked this morning, but they were very, very disappointing. So maybe I would get some better luck saving them for Thursday's show.
That's
so
what I'm saying, man. The drama.
I think out of the elite pack. Yeah, the best thing I pulled from the elite pack was Denayer, an 82 rated who went for about 11K. So it was a little disappointing.
Save it for the show. Evan, anything great pulled in the last couple of weeks or not really?
Yeah,
I'm the same as Max in terms of packs. No, packs this year have just been horrendous to me. I think my highest rated off of weekend league rewards, as well as like a Division 2 rank 1 rewards, was 85 Gulashi. So it was a tough week, but it redeemed itself. I was like, just woke up this morning, and I was Thursday mornings. It's like Christmas morning, opening your Reds, and I packed 89 Conte in my Reds, which was like my goal. So he's been one of my favorite gold cards I've used in the game so far, and I was trying to find a way to work him back in the squad, and so I made it work this morning after packing that red. And so I've used him probably 20 games so far today, and he is as good as advertised, if not better.
All right, guys. Well, one of the things I did not see in really any of our squads, short of that SBC at all, is road to the finals players. I mean, they're here, and there are some great players out there, but damn, if you didn't open one, they are expensive. With both the Champions League versions and the Europa teams are off the charts pricey. Who, if it's even possible at this point, like who are the players that you want to speculate on, hoping to gain value, and who do you maybe hope to snag kind of on a downswing in the future?
Yeah, I mean, I think, Max, I'm curious to get your opinion on this one. But I think the card that I'm targeting, well, I already mentioned that I'm probably going to get Klosterman, just because of that upgrade at center back. But I think in terms of like creating value, I think it really comes down to road to the final Davies. Because you look at Bayern as a team, and they've looked really good. And I mean, Davies as a left back, if you use him solely as a left back, that value isn't there. But if you were to like sub, for like instance in my team, if I were to sub Kimmich in as a left back and then use Davies as that central CDM, I think that's where you create value in that card. That would be an insane CDM to use.
Absolutely, and even if you put like a 4-4-2, I think he could be a really good, just kind of running in behind left mid, trying to get those tap-ins across. Probably good enough on his left foot if he needs to hit a cross-body shot to put it away. But yeah, I think that Davies looks really, really, awesome card, and I think like like you said, Bayern's a team that they won it last year, so they're looking to do well again. So if that card gets to the final, that's a pretty insane card right there.
Yeah, that's a team of the season level card right there.
Exactly.
But yeah, I don't know. I always shy away from road to the final cards if I can help it, because the market already is a gamble this year with its ups and downs. And I mean, I've lost value on that Mbappe already after buying him like a week ago. But I think road to the final cards, you're especially playing a crapshoot in terms of if the team doesn't advance, or if the player like gets transferred to a different club. Like we've seen that happen before with these cards where an unexpected transfer happens and the card doesn't get any upgrades, you know?
Yeah, especially like you said, those upgrades don't happen until January. So
right,
that could be it.
Yep. So I don't know. With road to the final cards, they get really popular around.
And we've seen some crazy comebacks in the Champions League as well. That could.
Right. So yeah, I don't know. It's not my favorite promo. But no, you're good. I was gonna say, but I'm glad it was there. You know, it was at least content, and we appreciate content.
I bet it sells packs.
Lots and lots of them.
Oh, it sells a lot of packs.
So looking to the future, are there any special events to watch out for? Like what's in the rumor mill? What's on the horizon? What do you hear, Max?
Yeah, I think we have. So I think from the rumors I've heard through the Twitter feed and the pro networks, Icon SBCs are coming out soon, supposedly. So once we see those, we'll see higher rated players that don't go for much in value, like a Harry Kane probably right now is around. Let's take a look. He's an 88 rated card, but no one really uses him. So maybe 40K, maybe a little less even. Yeah, so 32K. We'd see a card like this as soon as Icon SBCs come out, probably skyrocket to around, what would you say, Evan? 50 to 60K, double in price, maybe even more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Based on last FIFA's, that's what I would say. But I feel like this year's a little bit different in terms of you were able to make coins a lot easier at the beginning of the game cycle. Right. And so I feel like a lot of people have been loading up on fodder. And so I'm not quite sure. From what I've read, the market's going to increase for sure. But I don't know if it's going to increase as like it has been in the past.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like they haven't released SBCs outside of a Talon that have been really good value SBCs in terms of players.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are just holding on to fodder. And so when those Icon SBCs drop, I think a lot of people already have most of what they need in their club.
That is that's kind of what I'm doing, and my fodder is much lower rated than your fodder. Sure. No, but I'm wondering if you guys have a philosophy. Like, is there a cutoff when it's just time to quick sell and not bother even worrying about the transfer list with your guys, or is it worth it to just throw everyone up in the transfer list until you can maybe use the double that you have of theirs in a squad building challenge?
Yeah, I think it depends on when you're selling the cards. You know, if you're trying to sell the cards on days where the market is low, like right after rewards come out, or like Monday or Tuesday, you're going to lose value on those cards versus like if you're trying to sell them like on Friday at the height of weekend league, you're going to at least recoup some of the coins you're losing. Like I sold most of my fodder to be able to afford that in for Warner and Bamba today just to fill out the team. But after this weekend league, I'm going to sell those cards right away. I'm probably like next Friday, you know, and try to recoup some of those losses and get ready for those Icon SBCs. So it's a balance. It depends on what your needs are for the team, because you still want to be competitive in weekend league or whatever game mode you kind of play in.
Sure. Which is
not
always 100%. A great game mode, but that's okay. So this is the part I'm super excited about. I'm really excited to jump into the first of our 2 new segments, and that means it's time for FUT Squad Rescue. Are you confounded by your terrible squad, much like I am? Are you looking for formation and player suggestions to help improve your team? This is the segment for you. We want you all out there in Twitch world to take a screen grab of your squad, and you can send it to us. You can send it to the People's Pitch via Twitter, and we will choose someone's squad every week, and we will put together a concept squad that is sure to help you out. First up is my squad, and I had shown you kind of what it looked like. Here it is, with Martial and Playa up top. I got the Nkunku, and he basically swaps with Dembele once the game starts. Tolisso hangs back as the defender, and Goretzka and Nkunku kind of drift forward and try to help the attack. Of course, I got the speedy speedy right back, speedy left back, and some what I think solid defenders and goalkeepers. But as I said earlier, I'm struggling in the rivals ranks, dropping down to Division 8 from Division 6 where I started, which is quite disappointing. So while I understand that part of it is the player, some of it might be the players. And so I'm asking Max to rescue my squad. Max, what have you done to my squad?
Yeah, so before we take a deep dive in on Footbin, just off the bat, Playa, Tolisso, and Nkuku all have to go. They have to be whacked quickly. They might be great players in real life, but in FIFA 20, they're just not cutting it for the meta. They're probably going to hurt you more than they're going to help you,
Sure.
unless they get special cards, So the replacements I'd go with are for Tolisso, I'd go Sissoko, a nice, cheap, big, they call him the Ratchet Vieira, who's just going to be a big tank in there to, kind of hold down that midfield, break tackles, kind of does it all, can play forward. For Playa up top, I'd probably go with a Ben Yedder, agile, faster player. You get the 5-star weak foot. He's cheaper now, and he can get him behind as well. And then for Nkuku out of there, you could really go with any of those leagues, kind of depending on the coinage you have. But I'd say you're probably best going with if you want to keep it French, probably like a Griezmann. Even though he does only have 3-star weak foot, Griezmann's very versatile. He can play out wide. He's got the finesse shot trait, and his shooting on his left foot is superb. So I'd say Griezmann for Nkuku is the move. Your back line honestly looks fine. I think eventually if you can get rid of that left back and get Mendy, that's going to fit your meta. And then you could even play Davies on 7 chem on the right side and then sub in Atala at any position if you really wanted to, kind of like I do. So I think that's the way to go for that one. Now
we do ask that you put together a concept squad of like pie in the sky. What would be the ultimate thing to do? And I think you've done that right on Footbin.
Correct. So this is the around 200K. Prices fluctuate all the time. So this is the 200K squad rescue right here. With you've got a very quick, fast back line with Gomez, Lenglet. Pope is outstanding this year. People abuse him to the full. Wan-Bissaka is there to get Fred that green link. You could even go Semedo over Wan-Bissaka. Fred's going to be on 8 chem, but he'll do just fine with a shadow. He's nice and shifty. He's very quick on the ball. Frankie de Jong is going to sit back a little more than Fred, but he's going to break it down for you. Dembele and Yedder being 5-star weak foot. Dembele with a 5-star. You could play him out wide or up top. And then I'd say Gelson Martins just to be kind of that runner on the right side, run down the line, cross the ball in, or get you those tap-in goals is going to do wonders for you. But then if you wanted to go a little cheaper as well, you could remove Lenglet, Alba, and de Jong and go with Goretzka, Davies, and what's his name? Can't think of the center back that Evan was talking about. Klosterman, sorry.
Oh, yeah, Klosterman, sorry.
Yep, nice little triangle there that would do wonders for sure.
So folks, like if you haven't noticed, right, we are about helping everyone be competitive. So whether that's me or you in the future, from schlubs like me to hopefully you guys out there that are also potentially schlubs, to awesome guys like Evan and Max, we want everyone to be better here. So we understand not everyone's going to get in an ultimate team from the ground level. It's really hard to catch up. So this is an awesome, like 200,000 valued squad right now that could give new players or players that maybe just want to hit reset and start anew and just trash their team altogether. This is a really cool team of relatively cheap beasts, right? That can be competitive.
How do a lot of people too, as this time starts to go around and the market fluctuates so much, they'll stick to cheaper teams and kind of save their coins so they can use them for icon SBCs or when promos drop, get kind of the player of their dreams that they want. So this is a great option if you kind of want to stick to a meta team, but save your coins a little bit for something else bigger and not take so many losses week to week as a lot of people do.
Sure. And whether it's my squad or this squad, you see basically the same formation here. What is tactically your preferred approach?
Yeah, I think for this team especially, I'd go probably with a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1. If we were in the 4-2-3-1, backline would stay the same. Frankie and Fred as the 2 CDMs, Griezmann as the cam, Ben Yedder up top, Dembele on the left, and Gelson Martins on the right. And then the 4-4-2, I'd probably go Dembele and Yetter up top, Griezmann left mid, Gelson right mid, and De Jong and Frankie as the two center mids. That gives you, a versatile two different formations. One's a little more of a slower build-up, but it gives you a great compact defense. And the other one's kind of two-striker formation. You can run in behind, but you've got to be a little bit better at defending the counter just because you are a little more open on the breakaways.
Nice. And I think that's kind of where I get bit, right, is on the counter. I think, Evan, you talked about a couple of your guys have this issue too, where they might not just be getting back fast enough, or something in the game's AI doesn't turn them on to turn around and track back, drop back, maybe like your tactics ask them to. So, that is something to keep an eye out for, but it's nice to have that safety valve, and maybe adjust the tactic to just keep a guy dropping back between the defenders at all times.
For sure.
So I like your suggestion of Ben Yedder. I was eyeing him up. I'm probably going to buy him. Griezmann might be a little out of my price range, but we'll see. What's he going for, Lily?
He dropped quite a bit.
Yeah, he's actually at, let's see here. Griezmann is at, if you're on the PlayStation, he is at, come on, flippin'. Let's load here. All this streaming stuff has 38,000, and then Xbox is more expensive at 40K.
That feels crazy cheap, and I guess that's probably because even though he's higher ranked, like you said, he doesn't have the best skill moves or weak foot, right?
Correct. He's 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. So 4-star skill moves, I think you can get by. And the weak foot is a little less than what you'd want. You probably want 4-star to 5-star weak foot, but his shooting is so good that I think you can get away with it. Especially if you get on his left, it's super, super lethal.
Yeah, and Griezmann's one of those players with like a custom body type in FIFA, so he kind of plays above his stats.
Correct. Yeah, I agree.
Well, I'm taking this video and I'm going to upgrade my squad right now, man. I am really excited. If you are watching this and you want Max to rescue your squad, just take a screen grab of your Ultimate Team and tweet it to us at the People's Pitch on the Twitter machine, and we will and just plead with Max to help you out, and we will take care of business for you. Not we, Max will take care of business for you, and potentially Jonah whenever he comes back from his travels to help us out, and maybe Evan if he joins us again. That would be nice. And that'll do it for us tonight, folks. But before we go, I would be remiss not to give a shout out to our friends at the Lower League eCup. It's where Evan and I met. Evan helped us out so graciously as our sideline reporter. And registration is open. Evan mentioned it. He's going to compete. Registration is open for the 2021 Lower League eCup. Minneapolis City player Jonah Garcia made a splash in last year's eCup, getting to the final and losing out in a really difficult final match in the Xbox bracket. Can he repeat those results, or will Max take his place and claw his way to the top? Who knows? Max, are you thinking about playing?
Yeah, absolutely. I know they fill it pretty quickly, so if I can get in on time, I'll definitely be joining.
All right, Evan, you already said you are. If anyone else wants to, you got to head out to lowerleagueecup.com, or you could email president at lowerleagueecup to talk to our guy Joe and register. Registration will be open through registration will be open through December 15th, and the tournament starts January 12th. Thank you so much, Evan, for joining us. Is there a Twitch handle that the people can follow you on?
Yeah, so I actually stream on the Forward Madison Twitch, so twitch.tv/ForwardMadisonFC. And thanks for having me, guys. It's been a blast, and I hope Max, for my sake, doesn't participate in Lower League Cup, because he would be in that final automatically, pretty much.
That Xbox bracket, if all three of you guys participate, is looking brutal.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one, and I kid, it's gonna be good. So, Max, good luck in Weekend League this upcoming weekend.
Thank
Very
you, brother.
cool.
You as well.
Well, everyone, I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. We will be back in a couple weeks, the start of December, with, of course, more Weekend League results. Hopefully, some new special event players to evaluate, as well as hopefully your FUT squad that you, the people out there, would like us to rescue. I appreciate it. As always, I am Nate, joined by Evan and our friend Max. Max, what's your stream handle that you're under?
I'm under the FUT Moose. Twitch.tv.
Follow him.
The FUT Moose.
Follow him. Follow Forward Madison. Follow the FUT Moose. This has been the latest episode of FUT City. Thank you guys. Thank you to my Twitches. Good night.